Coming in hot, shit. What's going on, brother?
Coming in hot with good news today, dude. Sean Casey's a little bit lighter today. For what reason?
Dude, I went yesterday to Cincinnati, flew out to Cincy, and got my stitches out. Dr. Kremchek and all the guys out there, Logan, everybody took my stitches out. So definitely it's helping a little bit. Dude, they stretched my leg too for the first time. Like the PT Logan grabbed my, picked it up. I mean, you're talking about being nervous. I was so nervous. Just to it wasn't really a stretch. They just picked it up, moved it like this way a couple times, and actually felt all right. But got a decent road ahead, dude. Decent road ahead. Let's go.
But does it feel better? Do you feel better?
I feel better that the stitches are out, dude. I haven't sat down literally in a chair in what is this, day 19?
Holy Stromboli.
So in 19 days I haven't sat yet. I'm not able to drive. All that stuff.
Whoa, jeez.
I'm getting there. I just tried to sit down for the show and it didn't go great. I got MLB Central today too, so we'll see how that goes.
Good luck with that. Holy
I'm like, hey, let's stand up and do demos.
That's great. All right. One thing I'm sure you're going to be talking about on MLB Central is a young man by the name of Manny Machado. Congratulations on 2,000 hits, Case. How many hits did you have?
Dude, I had 1,521 hits, I think, which I thought was incredible. You know what I mean? Dude, 2,000 hits is so many. I think we think sometimes only 33 players have ever gotten 3,000. And to get 3,000 hits, that means you have to have 200 hits a year for 15 years. I mean, you know how hard it is to get 200 hits a year? So hard. That's why when you think of Pete Rose, you're like, oh, Pete Rose? He had 200 hits a year for 21 straight years and then 36 more hits or whatever it was, 56 more hits.
It's unbelievable.
Like, you got to be kidding me. And Manny Machado is still young. He's like, 33, 34 years old?
Yeah, man.
You know, has a few years left on his contract. I mean, he legitimately could get to 3,000 hits, but he's got 350 home runs. I mean, he's on the Cooperstown Highway, but you know, he even said it too, like over the ups and the downs of playing this game, when you get to that 2,000 hit, you're like, wow, it takes a lot to get here. I remember getting a 1,500 hits. And what's so cool, Chinch, I got my 1,500th hit so think about this, most of my career with the Reds, got my 1,500 hit with Boston in Cincinnati. Isn't that cool? Off Aaron Harang. So I got my 1,500 hit.
You were blessed with all of that kind of stuff, dude. You did that. Then, you got the first hit in Pittsburgh. You have really cool stats for
first hit and home run at PNC. First hit and home run at PNC Park. First hit at Miller Park, and I got the last hit at Milwaukee County Stadium. Last homer at Milwaukee County Stadium. Those are just fun facts.
Those are really fun facts.
Those don't get you into Cooperstown, but they get you. Hey, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. You know, one other thing on Machado, because I remember when we started at MLB Network, the big thing was we have the opportunity to show off all these young prospects and stuff that baseball didn't really have the opportunity. Nobody knew who Sean Casey was till he got to the big leagues. You know, now we have all the prospect stuff. They do a great job, like Jonathan Mayo, all those guys, Callis. But people forget that you didn't really hear about Machado the same way because there was a guy named Mike Trout and a guy named Bryce Harper that came up pretty much at the same time. He was in that class, and then it took a few months for everybody to be like, wait a minute, this guy might be up there in that category with them, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I remember doing an interview with Machado, his first spring training with the Orioles before he even broke camp with them. And I was like, man, just a nice kid, was, big. You could tell he was going to grow into his body, too. If you're next to Manny Machado now, he's a big dude. He's a big boy. Big, broad shoulders. But yeah, I think you're right, man. That time was, there was a lot of good players kind of breaking in. Trout was coming in, Harper, and Machado kind of slid underneath the radar. And then all of a sudden, as you watched him play with Baltimore, you're like, wow, this guy's one of the best players in the game. And then you saw him play, the way he played short, the way he played third, the way he could make that play to his right, almost in foul territory change and still make the throw over, man. I think all of us were like, wow, how is he making that play? But he's that good. So not only offensively, this guy's been one of the best defensive players in the game for the last 10+ years.
Yeah, like Brooks Robinson style, like big time. Like him. There's only a handful of people ever that can make the throws that he's made, both from shortstop and from third base. Like,
Yeah, and you think about sometimes you think too, Chinch, about contracts like 10-year deals, like, oh, they're not going to do those anymore. They never work out. Well, you look at Bryce Harper, that's been an absolute bargain. 10 years, 13 years, 330 million. I think Machado was like 10 for 300. And everyone at the time was like, oh man, that's a lot of money. He's like, no, that's turned out to be like a club friendly deal because these guys have actually put up the numbers year in and year out and have gotten the consistency that you want from those kind of contracts.
yeah, that's funny, dude. And by the way, there's another team out there that we need to talk about big time right now. They have 9 consecutive wins. The Toronto Blue Jays right now are the class of the American League East in baseball.
Dude, they've won 9 in a row. They're doing it. I mean, it feels like a different guy's doing it every single night. And, I love to see Bo Bichette back in the mix, doing his thing, the way he's swinging it, having some big home runs. Addison Barger, coming up a few months ago, and now is one of the best offensive guys, on that team. Davis Schneider, the reemergence of George Springer, Alejandro Kirk's having a nice year. I mean, it's just been a fun team to watch. It really has. A lot of different new faces that I feel like are winning every night. And, they swept the Yankees a couple series ago. What were they? I think not that long ago, Chinch, they were 8 games out.
Yes.
And now they're 3 up.
Yes, it's unbelievable.
I mean, it's incredible swing.
Yeah, and by the way, you said they're doing it with different guys is doing it every night. Different lineups every night, dude. They're shuffling their lineups. Yeah. Everybody's. It's almost like everybody's ready to go. Whatever you know how it is. You play in the league, like even if you're not like the starting guy, okay, every 3 or 4 days, here's where I'm going to be ready. It's like they have a plan. They have a great. You love their front office anyway, so like they know what they're doing in that.
Yeah. And the staff. I mean, John Schneider and DeMarlo Hales, Mark Budzinski, Don Mattingly. There's some of the best dudes. Pete Walker, some of the best baseball guys out there. I mean, they're so prepared. I thought one of the best things was if you go back and look at one of the games against the Yankees, they played Davis Schneider, who had been struggling for a little bit. And they're like, all right, we're going to play Schneider. I think we're going to hit him in a nice spot in the lineup because of his stats against Will Warren in the minors.
Right.
And I think Davis ended up hitting 2 home runs that game. Like, I feel like you're right. Every lineup they've been putting in, it's been strategic, and it's worked.
There you go. Yeah, there's a story about like in April when they were struggling a little bit. Schneider brought out like a whiteboard in his hotel room, and he just started messing around with the roster, just thinking about how they could like maximize the potential of everybody, not just the guys who are like the guys you're plugging and playing, because they have plug and play guys. Obviously, they have some great players on their team, a couple of all-stars and everything. So really good stuff there.
Yeah, they've done a nice job.
All right, who's on the show with you today?
I gotta check it out. Obviously it's me, D-Row, Lauren, and Roflo, but they were saying I just got a text from James Broyd saying we might get some Mariners players today. So it'll be one of those things that's fun when the guys come in the studio. So
yeah, maybe the big dumper.
I also what'd you say?
Maybe the big dumper takes this step inside.
Oh, dude, you a big dumper coming. You kidding me? I don't know. He might be too big time for him. But I am doing, I do that little segment doing it. He's doing it. This week today I'm doing All-Star Snubs.
Ooh,
they've been doing it and they got snubbed. You know what I mean? So I got a good little list to throw out there.
Yeah, that's good to know because there are a couple guys whose stats are a little questionable who made the All-Star team this year. But
yeah, and dude, how does Seiya Suzuki? He's leading the league in RBIs and has 25 bombs.
Not just leading the league in the RBIs, dude. How about guys with 70? There's 3 guys with 70-something RBIs heading into the break. It's unbelievable. I just noticed that.
It's unbelievable. And big homers, too. 25 bombs. Like, yeah, you're right, dude. And how about Michael Busch?
Dude, how about Juan Soto?
Yeah, how about Juan Soto? He was like got one of the best WARs in the game, didn't even get in. So, yeah, it's...
all right, we'll tune into that.
It's interesting, too, that he didn't get voted in by the players, too. Mm-hmm. Is there a little jealousy there, maybe?
Absolutely, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, he got the big money. We're going to vote for, Julio Rodriguez. Or I guess in the AL, Julio Rodriguez is below a 700. How's he getting it? Like,
very weird. Anyway.
That's just,
All right. Well, you're moving good, dude. You keep moving. Don't stay down. Just run. You should jog to the...
I'm not, dude. I'm just going to stay right here, bro.
Nice. All right, brother. All
All
right.
right, JT. Great seeing you, man. Everybody out there, thanks for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.